Now, they may not be opening on the same day, but Superman versus Fantastic Four First Steps is going to be the biggest box office battle for supremacy that we're going to see this year. And people have been asking me over and over again, like, which one do you think is going to do better? Which one's going to be better? And I'm going to give you my answer by the end of this video, but I really want to break down how real this is. So, both of these movies are making a major marketing push right now, and it's getting hot. We'll get to that in a second. But Superman releases on July 11th. Fantastic Four releases on July 25th. About a 2 week buffer, right? You think they'd be safe, but here's the thing. Now, the most common number being thrown around for Superman's budget is 225 million. I could be wrong about that, but that's just the most common number popping up. For Fantastic Four First Steps, there's really not a lot out there for how much it costs, but it's an MCU film, so I'm willing to bet that one of this caliber with this actor, with them using IMAX cameras, let's just clock it around maybe like 180, 200 mil. The marketing budget for Fantastic Four, you already know it's gonna balloon that up to at least 300 mil. And Superman just the same, if not more. They just put out some new posters today. Both these movies just put out a new trailer. They are not banking on making their money in just a 2 week time frame. And at some point, these movies are gonna overlap in the theater, and it's gonna come down to who has the most legs. Now, in terms of who's gonna make the most money is anyone's guess right now, but Fantastic Four is in pretty good shape, making the most money this year on Fandango sales. But I do think the legs of both movies are going to heavily depend on that word of mouth. People start hearing reactions out of these separate movies premieres that either one of them is at least mid. The box office is going to dry up faster than I'd rather not say. But if people start walking out of these screenings saying these movies are really, really freaking good, then we're talking gangbuster money. Now, I wouldn't be mad if you was thinking, well, word of mouth didn't save Thunderbolts. People walked out of those screenings saying this movie was good, and this movie is flopping, lost $100 million. My response to that is that people were excited for this movie, but not everybody had their eyes on Thunderbolt. But everybody has eyes on Fantastic Four and Superman from what I'm calling the return theory. We've gotten 3 Fantastic Four movies, technically 4 if you count that, pretty low budget awful TV movie, but none of them quite hit the mark, with the last one, Fant Four Stick, just being one of the worst movies of all time. Fantastic Four being the first family of Marvel, they're A-list. A lot of people, when the MCU first started, was hoping for Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four to get the MCU treatment, and now it's finally here. Superman, I argue, is even worse because he is DC Comics. And even though I love Man of Steel, the last Superman, just to be frank, and sorry to Henry Cavill, he didn't get a chance, didn't feel like Superman. And the one before that, bless his heart, Brandon Routh, he tried, was way too boring. This is the first time that we're getting the Superman that we know and love in a feature-length movie since we were introduced to him in 1978. The last time we saw that Superman was in 1987. People have been waiting a long time for this. So at the end of the day, which one do I think is going to come out on top? Well, that was always easy for me. It's going to be